Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are nearing the end, I think, of Year Walk. We're currently reading through Theodore Almstern's journal as he investigates year walking. And as time's gone on, he's discovered that a guy called David Svensson, who I think we play during the first part of the game, stabbed the girl that he loved in the forest. Anyway, Theodore also found, as we found out in the last journal entry, this interesting contraption box which he can't open and we couldn't open during the game, so I guess we're going to find the key to this in the rest of the journal. Let's read on. October 1st. Went to Vedtorp Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stands has been used for worship even earlier than that, according to the priest I met. He showed me around the premises. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. That's the girl from the windmill, who David Svensson killed. Seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely sombre epitaph read, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877-1894, her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Bloody hell. Depressing. Searched for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to the priest, there probably never was. The gravestones E.S. told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. We've also not found out who E.S. is. October 2nd. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the county archive, had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently there was another murder case in Vedtorp in the early 1890s. Elisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. All files from that trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with the archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. Wow. Strange day. The runestone E.S. talked about is not marked on any map. According to the man at the service station. So I talked to the man at the service station. He drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time. Almost gave up. Found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it. Had the strangest sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. That is a crude map. Heading home tomorrow. Wish I had more time. The stone is old. Might predate Christianity, but I fail to see how it is connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home. Walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church. Not remarkable, but there is something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. Well, I think that's the runestone that we've messed around with. There we go. There's the box in real life. These symbols, there's the symbols on the side of the brook horse and the miling, and these symbols, we need to keep an eye out, I think, for these symbols. We need an explanation, and we need a sequence to put through the box's lock. Right, found the box when I unpacked. I'd almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I've yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbol suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old, maybe ES knows something about it. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He's always nagging me about ethics. Busy week, classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research, feeling a bit strange. I've had weird dreams ever since I came back from Vedtorp. Odd dreams. Ha, he's drawn the Night Raven and the grim, cool Ebby. Prepared lecture in Swedish. Is Ebby ES? Is Theo getting affected by it all? Dreamt that I was in the vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug in the sand. Suddenly the sky lit up and Jenny pointed to a single constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. Jenny, single constellation of stars. 8th of October. I asked her what it meant, but she was dead and her bones were withered and old. Woke up and have been feeling rather queasy ever since. Strange. Really strange. Okay. I read an account of a year walk by a man called Romadal in an old book I came over in a used bookshop. Romadal's story is little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. That's not very nice. Another strange dream on October 12th was doing my homework. Was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil, and when it did, the pale horse outside the window would come inside. The lamp burned out and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat. Must remember to buy groceries. Theo's going a bit mad, isn't he? Fiddled with the box, I've no clue how to open it. Frustrating. We need to find these symbols. Half moons, triangles, I think there's a circle. Theo's going a bit mad. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are, and they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read anything that my hand has written. They would not understand anyway. He's becoming paranoid. The thought of what is inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but I've found nothing that resembles it at all. Yeah, we need to find these symbols. Having more strange dreams. Something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by lack of light and food? Yes, believes so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the runestone. Was in the forest outside Vedtorp. Mrs. Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I'd been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the runestone. The Grimm's eyes glowed at me. Woke up. Found myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean and how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? Okay, so we have some more runes here. The Grimm's head. Do not feel like sleeping tonight. Drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentations today. Must asleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the texts for the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know what. No for what. Have a feeling that something is on its way. Okay, so he's making this game at the same time. He's like the authority as was written in the encyclopedia, but he's going mad, isn't he? Received an odd email today. Look, these zeros are in a crescent moon. Okay, so I think we're seeing clues now in the pictures. Let's write this one down. We've got the crescent. We've got a crescent moon in that orientation. Right, so I'm going to draw that down. Right, so I think we're going to see the symbols. Right, got over 1,000 of these during last night. The email seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. Have we seen any others in any other pictures? Has there been any other pictures with stuff that I've missed? Is it some kind of threat? Okay, let's flick back. There was the picture of the Grimm and the runes. Was there any of the... This one. Not really. Got a dark square here, but... Dark rectangle. Is there been any more? This one, no. Oh, wait, hold on. No. Any more? No. What's in that one? No. Is that a triangle? A downward triangle? Was that the first symbol? I think I'll write that down as well. Downward triangle in the constellation. Okay, any more? No. 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 Okay, so I don't think I'm pretty sure there was nothing before where we started today. I think also they probably start once he gets back from October, well, from like early October, when the visions start to happen. Okay, we'll wait and see. Right, where were we? Right. Okay, so we got to here. Here. Called the priest, told him of my plight. He said that Vedtorp sometimes had a strange effect on people, but it rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested I should see someone. Woke up last night, heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards. Panicked, managed to pry up some of the floorboards. The screaming stopped. Oh no. Theo, you're going crazy. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Book Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others, cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch. That's what they do. But is it all they do? What's this? Watchers, Grim, Raven, Myling, Huldra. Okay, there's nothing to see there. Yearwalk equals system error. Yearwalking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eye and someone crossed all barriers that are known as time and space. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? What's he got going on here then? These symbols are what we saw on the gravestones in the cemetery. He's obsessed, isn't he? Got in a heated argument with ES. He's surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember that he's an old man and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that this table and this chair exist. Okay, well I think that's quite a fairly obvious rectangle there. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, but yet it's right there in my notebook. Okay, so we have a rectangle. Watchers, or antibodies. Poor old Theo. Daniel broke the rules and he was punished. Held another lecture, the last one for a long while it seems. It's been decided that I need a break, but it matters not. I have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone is playing with me. These shapes, it's the same as on the box. Did someone see me take it? Tried the symbols I received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Right, okay, so he's cracked it as well. Woke up last night, the telephone rang, answered, could not hear anyone. Hung up, it rang again, answered, could hear someone speak on the other side, but could not make out what was being said. The voice was too far away. Hung up, it kept ringing, cut the cord. Bought whiskey, bought food, people stare, don't want to go out there again, too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. I need to hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out. At first I didn't even notice. One of the paintings in my living room has been replaced. Ha! That's weird. Triangle. That's really weird. What else have we got picture-wise? Anything interesting? Nothing I can see. It must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here, or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eye of the universe? Boarded up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. I'm definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. Old, but sharp. Wow. I realise that the knife is his. We are connected. Is it maybe Daniel's? Did he use this knife to stab Stina? The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be open or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe or God or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? December 4th. I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? I feel like a worm under a big boot. I feel the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings and I shall follow. She is trying to fool me, that I know, but I must get closer to her, because when I get closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watches sent by the universe. He was lured by the Temptress, brought the innocence of the Pale Horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set, or can it be altered? Right, what we got here? Okay, so he's given the creatures different names. The Huldra is the Temptress, the Brookhorse is the Ferryman, the Myling are man-made angels, the Raven is the henchman of the Grimm, but also the parasite. And are they gods? And the Grimm is the gatekeeper to death. Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There is a bond between us. I might have figured it out. 5 watches, 5 symbols, which means there is one more coming. Okay, so Theo thinks that he's connected to Daniel, which would be interesting, seeing as we're now playing both of them. I played Daniel through the game, and now we're reading Theo's journal, and he feels like he can help Daniel somehow, even though was it about 200 years previous? So tired, can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it a strength? And the poor girl, it just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Right. So he's thinking that perhaps he can year walk, maybe? Go on a year walk and alter the past. But the future can't be altered. The year walk only gives visions of the future. Am I playing the part of the fool in the cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected to microwave oven, just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? December 16th. The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I can rise above it all? 2 rules, time, space, if broken. Above it all, and doom, how? Saw her lifeless body. She is beautiful, even in death. I've been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything, don't care anymore. It's finally here, the last one. Wow, that's kind of chilling. Woke up with this in my palm. Okay. So he says, I've got 5 symbols now. I've got a downward triangle, a crescent moon, a rectangle, a upward triangle, and another crescent, but on its side. That's kind of horrible. Tries to wash it out. It's a tattoo. Tested them all in different kinds of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open the box tomorrow. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel and release when the symbol aligns with the Grimm, in the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here, but it cannot have been he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled. 22nd. I still do not understand who sent the symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been the Watchers. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year walking. But I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it, where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does it mean that I am doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. So Theo left the box. I am playing Daniel all along. And Theo has put the box back for me, Daniel, to discover. Right. And he's marking the best days for year walking. The best is New Year's Eve. Good is Christmas Eve. Packed my things. I wonder if I will come back. Back in Vedtorp. Back to the church. There's the windmill. And here's the cabin. Sol Sorton is it's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. Okay, so he's preparing for a year walk. So Theo, on December 31st, has, but in the modern age, has gone on a year walk to place the box back, to connect the present with the past, and so that I, Daniel Svensson, can take whatever I need from the box and change history, potentially not kill Stina, the mill girl. It's midnight. Okay, and that's all of the journal entries. The last one was when Theo set out to put the box back. So let's go. So here it is. Here is the box which Theo has altered. This box seems to be able to connect at different times. So if we enter the password, Theo hopes we can change the fate of Stina. So I suppose the symbols must be the right orientation when they're inside the Grimm's head. So I think it might be this one, then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. Okay. What did Theo leave us? Vedtorp murderer executed. Okay, January 21st. Yesterday morning, Vedtorp killer Daniel Svensson was executed at Kristianstad prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of young Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence has been criticised by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundback, who stated that Daniel was suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from present and has visions of terrible creatures, something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at an institution for the criminally insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his fourth execution. Last year he was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants in Vedtorp, but who took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security has been improved greatly since. Daniel Svensson was composed during the whole process. Besides the slightly shaking hand, so common among the criminal type, you could not tell Daniel from any other young men. He sobbed loudly once when he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest, Granath, Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself, and none of this would have happened." Okay, you are long dead when I write this, and have not yet been born, yet we have a connection between life, death, space, and time. The impossible made possible yet by year walking. Right, so I think this is Theo writing a message to Daniel. Have I found this? I must have found that newspaper scrap and this inside the box. Of course I did. I've just opened the box and this is what we found. So Theo has informed Daniel that he has killed Stina and that he should have taken his own life instead to save hers. But the Watchers always win, even though you've not passed through the rift yet. They sense the urge and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way, I am sorry, but for her there is still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do. Must do. Okay. So Theo has contacted Daniel through the box. And so he's also left the knife. Wow. Okay, so Daniel did it, I guess. Or did he? Anyway, so it was left, we don't know. Did Theo manage to change the past? Did he save Stina's life and make Daniel take his own? I saw the knife there, had DS at the bottom for Daniel and Stina. It's quite chilling, actually. Okay, well, that was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. The end.